Hey everybody, welcome to another stream of DCSS AI Wrapper. Probably going to be a little bit of a short one tonight, but really working hard here to get consistency at least once a week on this. So we have a new follow along link at the bottom. I'm just going to update that really quickly. Just going to match today's date. And you should see that updated. All right. And, I was having a problem on previous streams where my window management wasn't very good. You can tell I'm a novice streamer. So what I've done is just above my head here on the right, kind of middle right side, in a really small window, I have the terminal running that is running the agent. And so I'm just going to leave that there just to give the sense that, we have the agent running from the PowerShell here on Windows, and so you can kind of see that happening, because sometimes I'm working in that, and I think it maybe just provides some context for those of you who want to see the setup and how I'm working. But what was happening before is I was showing this, I often had it bigger, and it would end up blocking other parts of the screen, and I would forget while I was working. So I'm going to leave it here for now. I don't think it'll block much of the game, and we'll revise as we go. So, if you're new to this, we have this repository on GitHub for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is this roguelike video game, and we're creating AIs that, we're creating an API for AI research. So it's really exciting. There's a long way to go. But slowly and surely we are chugging along. And I will say that if you'd like to contribute, we are adding issues and we're updating the repository. So please feel free to download the code, dive in, and help out and contribute. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So last week we made some big progress in getting the new fast downward PDDL file operational in terms of additional goals like stairs. So we had an agent for the first time, I think in a while, or maybe ever, be able to just traverse multiple levels as soon as it found stairs. Before we had a planning problem, but we worked that out. And now what we're working on is there's a whole part of the API for these planning agents. Right now we're using kind of a previous method that I just kind of cobbled together. But instead, we have designed a better API so that you can get PDDL, which is Plan Definition Domain Language. It's a type of logic to encode state information for planning systems, especially classical planning systems. And so we have an API that's much more organized and complete that we've designed. Now we have to implement it. So at the end of last week's stream, I just started on that, and we're basically going to pick up where we're at. So you can see this here in the GetplayerStats function. And so we had started with, this is matching the, so we have a vector API and we have a PDDL API. So we want to support reinforcement learning agents as well as planning agents. And so because of that, we want to make sure that the information, as much as possible, that the information encoded or that's available from the APIs kind of matches. So we have this function Getplayerstatsvector that's already implemented. And as you can see here, this is the documentation for it. Has about 169 values. We start at 0. Talking about things like mutations, etc., the health points, some of the player stats, if they have any status effects, and then this is the actual vector that's retrieved, and the game state object has all this information. So we're basically going to do a similar thing like that for PDDL. But the way the PDDL works is that basically if something's true, the fact is in this set of facts describing the state, and if it's not true, it's just not in there. So what we're going to do is basically this code is going to look a lot more like, if there is a status effect or if there is a stat, then we will add it into the set of facts, but sometimes we won't. So with that, let's go ahead and continue. So last time this is code copied from the vector function, Getplayerstatsvector, just to, kind of as just a to-do list for us to check and make sure we're getting everything. And so we had gotten through the first few, and now we're gonna just pick up. So we have player AC, and this is going to be a number. And so we're just gonna start. So one thing is we might end up making updates to the fast downward model with this. So do we have things like player AC, etc.? I don't think so. So these are all the predicates. And so we have player health, we have player magic points. So, I'm just going to go ahead and put player stats here. And this is also interesting because this might be a limitation of fast downward. So fast downward does not support integers as values. So things are more symbolic nature. And so there are other planning systems that can handle integers. We've just chosen fast downward as an initial model just to get things going. It's very much an approximate model. So if we go to game.py, so this is interesting. These are kind of just absolute value numbers. They differ by the character. And this is something that just isn't really supported by fast downward at the moment. So now, because these are small integers, I don't think these numbers ever really even get above 50. I think they kind of live in the range of 0 to 50. Maybe in extreme cases they could be negative, just a couple numbers. So, you could argue that you could have symbols representing numbers. I don't want to do that here. And since this is an approximate model, I think we're just going to not support this at the moment. I think we'll just skip it. But I'm wondering the best way to do that. So there is a particular PDDL specification we're following here. So what I'm actually going to do, and I'm not showing this right now, but we're going to look up the fast downward PDDL specification that it follows. And so it aims to support PDDL 2.2 level 1. So and what that means is that all aspects of numerical planning are not supported. So I'm going to say returns PDDL. Yeah, returns PDDL 2.2 level 1, which does not include, I'll say all aspects of numeric planning. Therefore, the following Following pieces of information. The following player stats aren't available. So what the plan moving forward is that there's going to be, we're probably going to have different variations of kind of functions that get planning state representations. So, and in doing so, we'll support other forms of PDDL and maybe even other languages other than PDDL. We're not doing that now. But so for that, I kind of just want to like leave in a comment what we're not doing here, and I'm just gonna use one of these tables. So these are this generates a really nice table that appears in the documentation that we have hosted online. So let's just say player stat. I'm not gonna. I think we just need. Maybe why not included? Maybe that. Okay. So all of these. So we have strength, int, dex. So we have all of these. So I'm just gonna. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know if there's gonna be so many of these. Because for all the status effects and mutations, and that's one of the things that this of what's in the vector, a lot of those for sure will be we'll include here because those are just binary. So anything binary works just fine. So, and then we have strength, intelligence, dexterity. The only thing I've found, and if you guys know something better, but what I found with these tables is that they don't, you gotta be pretty exact with the formatting. It's nice that it keeps this ASCII, it reflects this ASCII structure. So I think this represents armor. Represents, I might get some of these wrong, but represents evasion. Represents shield. And I'm just going to say not included because I'm going to say it's a non-relative int. So if it's relative to something, then we can usually do some formula to calculate like if it's low, medium, high, or very high. And we have this qualitative quantity kind of structure here. So we're using that for player health and magic points, right? So health can either be 100%, it can be totally empty, or it can be low, medium, medium, high, etc. And so we just do a little calculation to figure that out. But for things that aren't relative, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, you could maybe artificially set what you think the ceiling and floor is and then calculate it. But this is just kind of a first run at this, not a complete thing. So we're just gonna skip that for now. Okay, so we got these, so that means we got these 6. So I think that can cover these. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna change my mind. You're always allowed to change your mind. Reason I don't want to do this is because we're doing all this work anyway. So I think we want to just go ahead and pick another planner to work with. And because of that, there are some other planners. So yeah, I'm just gonna, so I'm actually going to just go to Google here and search. So one really well-known established planner is Metric FF. So I want to look at Metric FF here. So, you know, it's not, you know, it's been around for a while. There's a version 2.1. So, and apparently we have this. Okay, maybe this only runs on Linux. I see that it gives me a tar file. So you know what I want to do? I want to go to planning.domains. This is a great website if you don't know much about planning. Or it's just a great useful overall. I use it all the time. It has an API. I think you can just interact with this website directly. There's also a solver, aka an actual planner you can call. The editor is great. So if you've seen any of the previous streams, we've edited some of the planning domains, and then when I was working on this, when I wasn't streaming, I was also using this editor a lot. So especially if you're using a planner and it doesn't give you good error messages, you can use this editor and you can run it actually, and sometimes it'll give you pretty good errors. So yeah, this is this is kind of funny. Kind of wanted to get to the, yeah, you know, you guys are yeah, seeing me kind of just figure this out live. So I want to support a better specification of PDDL. However, I don't just want to go look up a specification of PDDL because I want to make sure there's a good planner out there that can run it. So I think we're going to have to pause this. And so if we're going to pause this, I wonder if there's something else we can work on in the meantime. Let's go to the let's go to the issues. This will load. Okay, one important thing is that the agent freezes when leveling up because of SDI choice. So that's something we can work on now. That's something we can absolutely work on. So we have Autobahn game connection. And so I think we have something here. So is there a level up? No, there's no level up. Is there a strength? No. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to exit out of this. We're gonna do it manually. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what the browser sends us when we level up. So gonna open developer tools. Okay, I think it's set up. Then you have to refresh the page and redo this. Now you can open the socket, and now I can see the messages being sent from the server. So let's go ahead and play. And we got to play a little bit so we can level up. This is very easy with the Minotaur because I can just fight everything pretty easily. We're already level 2. And I bet we'll hit level 3 soon. Yes, so now I'm level 3. Okay. So I made a mistake. So we can't actually see the binary messages in the browser. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to do this a similar thing by basically using the human player agent. So basically there's an agent in the repository that you can just play through, but it's using the API. So we're gonna use that one. And that way we can, like, for example, it'll decode all the messages from the server and show us. So with that, we just need to do I think to call it the human interface agent. And it might be set to, yeah, I think it's set to reset. Okay, it's abandoning the character. Although I guess it's having trouble. Have to let it run again. Oh, is it having an issue? Huh. It's having an issue. I wonder why that is. Let's just... Yeah. Found an unknown G value. So I put little things in there to basically tell me if we come across something that the API doesn't support yet. And so it looks like we have. And so what is a plus sign? Yeah, I don't know actually. I wish it had printed out the domain. Let's run it again. Because this would be nice if we can add this to the API. Okay, so it's waiting for our key press. Huh. Oh, I know what the issue is. This happened before. So it's stuck on that message level up, and because our API doesn't support it, it gets stuck. So literally what we're trying to fix is what was causing the problem there. So we're all set now, and we can redo this. So there we go. I'm gonna log out. And then I think it's going to reset. No, maybe not. Okay. Okay, cool. So can I move here? Okay, cool. So I'm basically sending key presses into the terminal, and then I'm controlling the agent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the O tab to fight, although this is set up as a human vampire, which is pretty weak. So this might actually take a second. I'm actually gonna exit out of this, go to the human interface agent and change that to be a Minotaur Berserker. I don't want to waste time and then die before we get to level 3. Okay, agent. Okay. So we want to be a Minotaur Berserker. And I think it's set up for a hand axe, but let's go ahead and just do that anyway. Let me just double check. Hand axe, all lowercase. Okay. Okay, so this should work. And let's run it. Okay, so it's exiting the game. And then let's start. Oh, I spectated too soon. Oof. Okay, so we'll let that go through. And we can start imagining how we're gonna solve this problem. So basically we have all these functions that are performing these state checks, and we're gonna check for one of these. So let's say if self.check for level up. Check for level up, and let's say level up choice menu. Okay, so let's go to the top here. We're gonna add this. Let's do it under next to the player died. Okay, now let's go back to our agent. Oh, I messed up. And need to say weapon, starting weapon. Yep, okay. I thought oh, whoops. Need an equal sign there. Alright, now it should work. Oh, we need to write that function just as a placeholder. Okay, this, did we need to give it the message? Yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully now it'll run. Okay, it's creating a new character. We're in. And we can move around. Awesome. Okay, so let's see if we can get to a level up point. So it's a little slow here, but Switch to level 2. All right, we're almost there, I think. Well, 24% I think on the way. Let's go ahead and go down. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oof, I messed up my terminal. That's okay. I'll have it reconnect and just play the same game. So I'll set both of these to be false. That way I can rejoin my existing game. Okay. Oh, done exploring. Oh, okay. Ooh, is this gonna... Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. Ooh, poisoned. That's a little rough. Whoa. Whoa, settle down. Had to go berserk here. Oh, no. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So we found something we didn't have before. The berserk condition, which is great. So let's go ahead and add this. So find in path, light. Yes. So here, so beautiful. It's berserk, right? Yep, just berserk. Awesome. That's pretty cool. So now we can hit process berserk, have that be a status effect. So I'm going to cancel, just rejoin. And I think we'll pick up right where we left off. Yep. All right, let's see. I don't think we'll die. Being berserk is so strong. Cool. All right, so now we hit level 3. Okay. So let's see what was sent from the server. Text. Your experience leads to an increase in your attributes. And then before that, it was you have reached level 3. So I think what we're going to look for is this increased strength, intelligence, or dexterity question mark. Because that's really the choice we care about. So let's do for check for level up. You know, that's misleading. It really should be check for attribute increase. That's what we're going to call it. That's what we're going to call it. So we're going to refactor, rename, check for attribute increase. Okay. So this is the message. How are we doing other things? I'm just going to copy these, use them as a template. I think we're just going to do something like this. Except we're gonna replace this with this. And not, instead of title, I know you guys can't see this. I'm looking at the terminal right now, just to look at what the binary message was printed out. So it looks like more messages, text, turn, and then text. Okay. So it's just text. Okay. So hopefully that should be true. And so if it is true, then we're in a menu. And so we need to process this. Otherwise, we're going to return false. So check for attribute increase is implemented. And then if check for attribute increase is true, where is it here? Check for attribute. So Adrian has a level up choice menu. And then we have menus. So I'm going to put attribute increase text menu. This is another type of menu. And then what's going to happen is that we are going to change. Yeah, so self.inMenu is going to change. So, right, if this is, can I go there? Okay. So what we're gonna do actually is just gonna say self.inMenu equals menu dot attribute increase text menu. Is that all we need to do? Where else are we changing menus? And then we process menu options, but we kind of know menu options. So I'm gonna get rid of that variable, level up choice menu, because we're not using that. Did I delete that? Level up. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. We're not using that anymore. Okay. Let's reset. Okay. And then check for attribute increase. So I think that's all we do. Oh, we want to set the skill menu. That's right. So just like we set the ability menu options, we're going to set the attribute increase menu options. And what is this one? Oh, this is not working yet. Do I do any menu options? I thought I was processing some menus before, so what is skill menu options working? No, not yet. Spell? I thought I had processed all these. Maybe I didn't. Huh. Interesting. So, but what happens? I know we can handle these menus. So, if we're in menu.character inventory menu. No, let's not do that one. We have all these. So I think once the game is playing. So here's where we're, okay, so if we're in one of these menus, then so this is what it processes the menus. Hmm. Oh, because this is if we're in no menu as well. But by this point, the agent knows what menu it's in, and so I think we're going to. I think we'll be fine. Menu dot attribute increase text menu. And I just want to make sure, I know this is passed somewhere. Yeah, it sets the current menu in the game state. And so then there are menu options. So we have menu knowledge. So right, we have a skill, and then we have a skill mapping. Oh, in actions we have something. Menu choice. That's it. Menu choice mapping. So menu choice mapping. I mean, to be honest, I want to just say in menu choice mapping, we have a mapping from, just say get current menu choice. Actually, it's get possible actions for current menu. And this is a this is gonna be a menu, and a menu is in state. Hopefully this won't cause a circular import from. Can I do, yeah, is it all from DCSS? I forget. Yeah. Menu. Yeah, import menu. So, and then this is just gonna be menus to choices. So it's gonna be a dictionary where, for example, we're gonna have menu dot attribute increase menu, and then this is gonna have 3 choices in it, which is gonna be menu choice S, upper S, menu choice upper I for intelligence, and menu choice dot upper for D for dexterity. So there's 3 choices, and then later for inventory there's all the items and stuff, and so we're just going to say if menu in return this. Otherwise, I think we're just going to raise an error. Okay, and then we need to use this somewhere for the agent. So basically this has to prompt the agent. So what's going to happen, I think in the agent class, it's going to be the responsibility of the agent. So for example, in fast hour planning agent, so in the get action, and maybe there's a better way to do this later, but I think for now, what we're just going to do is we're going to say this is menu. This is like static, right? It's all static. So from menu choice, right? So from dcss.actions.menu menu choice import menu choice mapping. And then what we should be able to do is be able to say menu choice mapping dot, and then we can do self dot current game state dot get current menu. So I think we want to say if the current menu is not none, so we need to also import menu from state. No, if can I not import menu? No, yeah. It's just So later we should integrate this with the planner. But you know, I think one of the next big things for this PDDL is we need to pick a planner that we're going to support for it. Yeah, I think we need to do that. I mean, we could do something with fast downward and just make it super simple. Just picking up actions, like no attribute based, nothing else. Maybe we should do that. I'm going to think about it. I haven't made up my mind yet. But for now, because this is a planning and we're not going to be worried about attributes, I'm just going to say return random dot choice. So this should work. Let's run it and see if we can get it to work. So, gonna exit out of this. Gonna run the fast downward planning agent. Oh, whoops. Missing menu. Type error. Oh, did I give it the wrong type? Menu. Should be menu. Should be menu. But what does it say? It's missing one required positional argument menu. Oh, because I have self and it's static. That's why. Okay, there we go. So it didn't like something. Doesn't like being berserk or something. Well, let's check that returning that is okay in here. So can we return a menu choice? So I think we need to make sure that the Autobahn is able to properly handle that. So I think what I want to say is so we can do all this. So if next action and next action, I guess it's what, instance of, no, what is it? I always forget. I always have to look this up. Python instance of is instance. Oh my god, that's right. Is instance next action menu choice. I think that's what we need. And also, I'm really happy we didn't get a circular import error. Menu choice? No, that's in state. That's an action, actually. No? Actions, yeah, menu choice. Oh, yeah. So if it's menu choice, then we're gonna send it a certain way. Otherwise, but is it action.get execution representation? Oh yeah, it handles it just fine here. So do we even need to do anything? No, we shouldn't have to do anything. We shouldn't have to do anything at all. So I'm gonna comment this out then. It should work. Why is it not working? Let's print it out. We're about to send action. Did it get to this point? No, it didn't get to this point. It's some other problem. Probably. Let's run it again and find out. Wait, it said something about the agent has choice of attribute increase. But it doesn't. Does it? It does. So it's literally starting out right there. Oh, and it's trying to abandon the character. Because we have that set up for the planning. We have that set up for... That's the problem. That's the problem. And this is not an automatic thing in the AI. So this might just have to be a known bug for a while. I don't know. This is like... It feels like an extreme edge case. Yeah. Because the game blocks you from being able to quit. So, because, think about this. If you have an agent that handles the menu right, well, it would be nice to guarantee that you could always exit a game, no matter what state it's in. But Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is pretty complex, huh? So, okay, let's run it again. I think that was an edge case. Don't have choices set for menu, no menu. Oh. That's a good point. But I thought we processed that. No. Okay. I think that's just a little bug we had to fix there. I think it should work now. No object. Random choice available menu choices. Oh, because I don't return anything? Well, wait. I'm going to say this. Available menu choices is this. If available menu choices, we're going to return one of those. And so here we can just return return none. That should work. Okay, looks like it's planning. Oh no, it's deleting the character. Okay. New game. Yeah, okay, it's working. So let's run it for a little while, see what we can get. It's running a little slow. Not sure why that is. But I think we're gonna call it here. So we've made some great progress. Basically added a whole new capability to the Autobahn game connection to identify the attribute increase. And so this is one obstacle that was currently standing in our way to getting agents that could play for long periods of time. Also, it is kind of the beginning of some of the code implementation for being able to handle menus. So menus are kind of like a state. And, we started out tonight wanting to continue making the PDDL. We realized that there's a lot of information that we couldn't include in the fast downward planner. We already have the fast downward planner working, and I think all we want to do is do a baseline. So I think that I'm leaning towards going back to the original plan, because what we will be able to do is we will be able to do things like fight monsters, which we're currently doing. We will be able to equip weapons. We will be able to consume items. We will be able to navigate menus. I think that's pretty great for a planning agent. Sure, there might be a lot of detail and finer granularity. We'd be missing out on that. But, you could handle planning with that, and you could use the vectors. Or, we could also just write the code to produce a higher level PDDL specification, and then your agent could make use of that if they want, even if the fast downward PDDL planner isn't. So, because usually when people make intelligent agents, the planner is only one component out of many components. And so if our planner can't handle numbers, it can still do quite a lot. And so I don't want that to halt our progress, especially on very complicated things like this. It can become a thing where it's easy you can't do something perfectly, so you don't want to do anything at all. So that's what I'm feeling right now. We'll see next week how I'm doing there, what I'm thinking. If you guys have thoughts on that, please comment. I know we haven't been getting too much activity on these videos, but if you do have a thought on that, what you think we should do in terms of choice of planner, should we move ahead with the fast downward, or should we try to pick another planner and do a more full PDDL specification that can offer numeric planning features, like having numbers and not just symbols. So if you have an opinion, please throw it in the comments, and we'll start off next week with picking back up, and we'll see if we can get an agent that can traverse levels and level up automatically. So that was one of the barriers, I think, preventing us from diving deep into the dungeon. So it's pretty exciting. Thank you all for tuning in. And, if you're interested, please check out the code, check out the repository, consider contributing to some of the issues. Thanks for tagging along for the ride.